I will go to my place. I will go to my place. Okay, so just another couple of minutes before we start. Obviously I won't be able to see you. So if I don't see you, I can't correct you. And you really have to take your own responsibility. Evening, Deidre. And Derek, hello. Yeah. So I won't be able to correct you, and you will have to take your own responsibility to what is it that you do, okay? So if anyone just joined us now, we have Pauline. Hi, lovely. Yeah. So for anyone that just joined in now, I'm just gonna go and say one more time. Some people say that they don't have a Swiss ball, so they're gonna use a chair. So for that, I'm gonna start with the stretches that you can do similar with the chair. And then at some point, you will have to get on with the rest of the evening because you won't be able to do the same stretches with the chair. Towards the end, like I said, I'm gonna have some quite advanced stretches, which I wouldn't advise for most people, even for those that come to my classes regularly and use the Swiss ball regularly. So it's best for you to watch first, and then you can make a decision if it is suitable for you or not. All right, so we can start. So I'm going to start with the stretches that you can do as well on a chair, okay? So just before we start, I'm gonna have a little bit in here with the chair to show, just in here. If you are sitting on a chair, you have to sit in the edge of the chair. You have to have your legs forward, further away from the chair, and you have to pay attention that you are not here sitting on your bum and that your bum is out. That's, I call that pelvis out, like a duck, and that's when the bum is under. So there are certain things that you can do without sitting on the chair, but whatever you do, if you sit on a chair to stretch, that's the way, and never like that. Okay, let's start. Let's go for it. Right, so first thing first, let's mobilize our spine a little bit, nothing major. I might have to do it from the side so you can see my spine in here, but I sit again, this is the same as I would sit on the chair. And from here, I'm gonna go under. So this is my bum going under and then out. So this is mobilizing your lower back. And we're going under and out and under and out. So really, like when you go, really feel that kind of like stretch. Feel that. Oh, it's done. Excellent. I'm looking, where is my iPod? I can't find it. And we go. All right. From here, I'm going to go a bit further, which you can't do obviously on the chair. And lift and further and lift. The most important is the bit that you are sending your bum further back. Excellent. Okay, from here, we're going to open wider, and we're going to take everything wider, and we're going to really, really, really open your legs wide. And the first thing that you do, my bum is out, like I said before, like a duck, and you're going to have your knees like that, right? You just wait for me like that for a second, and I'm going to join you. Right. So what you can do in here is, depending on your flexibility, you either push your thighs away with your hands or with your elbows, and really kind of, depending on flexibility, really push it. What you want to make sure is that your shoulders are not by your ear and your chest is elevated. Now that's where the ball is very handy because you can actually start moving. And as you start moving, you're going to feel a stretch in here. That's something that you can't quite do when you are on a chair. So I'm moving from side to side and you're going to feel it in here. And from here, I'm going to go and do a circle. So I'm going to do a circle. So that's, you probably can hear my squeaky ball, and I'm sure that your ball is squeaking as well. And then I'm doing the other side. Excellent. And from here, let's go again. You're really opening as much as you can. Keep one elbow pressing the knee away. Shoulder not by your ear. You lift your heart up. And then from here, open up and look at the arm that is going up. And then we come back. And again, you're going to breathe in. And on the out, we'll really take the air out. And come back. And we go. Excellent. From here, I'm going to take the other side. And we're going to go from here. You're going to open. So I'm open my arm. Yeah, I hope you can see my arms. Yeah. I open my arm and I look up. And we close. And we open. And one more. And look. Fantastic. Relax from here. We're going to mobilize the spine to the side. I'm going to lift up, 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 which you can do on the chair. And we're going to the side. If you want to increase that stretch, you can move the ball. That's where the ball is very handy. And you come back. And I lift. And we're going to the other side. And come back. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to start taking more of a kind of like a stretch in here. So you could do something similar on a chair. Again, you have to be in the very front edge of the chair. And from here, I am reaching towards my foot. But your body will tell you to go like that. And what I'd like to say is this is open. So take this arm to the back. And it's like I took my shoulder back. And maybe you'll be here, here, here. You don't have to reach all the way if this is too much for you. So don't compromise too much. That is a very good stretch. And also, if you manage to get that leg straight, you're going to feel it. And if you are more flexible, then you can flex in here and hold it. And if you're more, you can open up in here. And you can really, really feel that stretch. So it's, again, not for everyone. You will have to do it in your own way. And come back slowly. Okay, I hope you felt it as much as I did. Now, we're going to the other side. So I'm here. I lift. I open my collarbone so I won't be hunching. I take this shoulder back. And then here, I reach. I reach to wherever I reach. It could be here, here, here. Then you can have just a little thing to feel more of a stretch. You want to feel the stretch in here. And of course, the stretch in the back. So if all the way through it's too much for you, then please don't force yourself. And only if this is not too bad for you, you can flex the foot, hold it, and also open. But again, not for everyone. And we're coming back. Okay, from here, let's just have, again, I'm curling my bum under because we have stretched the back. So I'm curling my bum under and out, and one more in and out. Okay, we're coming up to standing now. And I hope you feel here as much as I do, but let's go for it. Now you can use the chair. If you want to, you can use the chair. This is a stretches that I do very often in my classes, so it's probably going to be easier for most people that joined live now. I am now opening my legs as wide as I can, as wide as I can. And then my feet will be turned out. And from here, what's important is here. I'm going to send my bum back. Hi, Jelbin. My bum, I'm going to send it back. And then I have my hands here. So you want to feel that you're not hunched, that you are here. If you are too tall and it makes you go like that, then you need to bend your knees slightly. But most important is that your bum will be out. Okay, right. So now we're going to start to stretch. And again, I'm going to breathe in. And as I breathe out, I'm going to send the ball further away from me. So I start to stretch my back and my upper body, my torso, the back of my legs. I definitely feel it. So feel as if someone is pulling the ball away from you. And when you feel quite stretched, then you're going to bend slightly your right leg and you're going to feel the stretch in the inner thigh of your left leg. And then slowly I'm going to change. So be careful with that because it's quite powerful in the inner thigh, especially if you are able to be in a wide position. Now to intensify the stretch on my upper body, I'm going to bend the right knee in, but I'm going to send the ball to the left. So I'm going to feel it a lot more. And you're breathing in and out just to relax into your stretch. From here, I'm going to straighten that leg. You're going to bring that back. And we're going to bend the left knee. And then the ball will go to the other side. And then we're coming back. We're coming back in here. Okay, so one more. I'm going to get a bit closer with my legs. And once again, I'm going to bend my knees and curl my back. So now I'm rounding my back. And still, while my back is round, I am going to send the ball slightly away. And then I will get the ball closer to me. And then I will get my bum out, like we spoke before, like the duck. And I open up from here. I breathe in, and on the out, I curl. I breathe in to become a duck. I breathe out to become a cat. That's how I call it. And I breathe in, and I breathe out. And one more in, and out. From here, you can roll the ball closer to you. And if you can, hug it with a round back. Just hug it with a very round back. My knees are bent, so it's quite important that they will be bent. Now that is looking silly, but it's very, very comfortable. Very, very comfortable to be here. You can very gently kind of swish yourself from right to left, but don't get lost in the moment and fall over. And from here, I'm going to bend my knees a bit more. I'm going to round my back more by taking my tailbone under. And then I'm going to lift myself up slowly, slowly, slowly. And here, we're going to go again. So I breathe in. And on the out is my head will go first down. And then it's my chest, my belly. I bend my knees. And I'm rounding. And I breathe in. And I open. Good. Make sure that you haven't gone to that. Yeah? And one last time, I breathe in. And on the out is head. I bend. I go down. and then I bend more to lift myself back up. Okay, all right. Now, one more thing that I wanted to do here. We will go down to the mat. Now I'm going to show if you are sitting on a chair. This is what you will do. We have done it in class, so it shouldn't be so alien. That's the equivalent that you can do on a chair. There is a specific video, stretches for cyclists, when I explain exactly how to do it. So this is the one if you do it on a chair. For us, with the ball, we're going to go down. Yeah. If you lie on your back, make sure that you've got something to elevate your head, so it won't be flat. Right. So what I'm doing in here, when I lie on the back, I'm going to have one leg is on the ball, and make sure that it's about the Achilles tendon that will be on the ball. What I mean is not the actual calf muscle. And then you take the other leg, you put on top, and we go like that. When you are here, pay attention that this leg is not on your knee, is either below or above. And also make sure that you haven't completely rolled away. So when we are here, for me, when I'm in this position, because my hips are not that flexible, I keep my stomach in to support my pelvis. I feel safer with that. Now from here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll my ball towards me. But I will go very, very careful and slowly, because you're going to feel that stretch. You want to pay attention that your knee is not turning towards you. If it is, then you're not ready for it. Then you better achieve more in here rather than going closer and then the knee is towards your face. So if you are going closer with the ball, your knee remains where it was in the beginning. The closer you get the ball, the more you're going to feel it. I feel it a lot, and I'm sure that if you are in that position, you're going to feel it as well. So the leg that is on the top, if you can flex the foot, you're going to feel it even more. It's quite amazing, the connection between the foot and the rest of the body, and it does make a big difference. And then straighten the other leg away, and do one more time and check perhaps it's not as bad as it was a second ago. So you check how does it feel, in which point you start feeling it. I mean, I do feel that I've stretched before, so it's not as bad as it was before. But I definitely feel a stretch. And I remind you to flex the top leg, you're going to feel it a lot more. And after that, you take this leg and you're going to stretch it. You don't hold in the back of your knee, you hold lower, and preferably you press the leg against your hands with a flex foot so you can kind of feel that stretch. And we're going to change. So I have this leg away, and then that one either below the knee or on top. And from here, slowly, I'm going to bring the ball towards me really slowly. When you feel discomfort, you can stay there and then really make that journey very, very slow. That's why the ball is so good, because you can really control on how you are progressing with that. So this side is a lot tighter for me, so I definitely feel the difference. And I feel that I need to do it a lot slower. I also don't feel that I'm ready yet to flex this foot, but I will in a minute. I hope you're breathing in and out to relax into the stretch. If you're ready, flex your foot, this one. And then I'm going to straighten that leg slowly, slowly, slowly. And I'm going to come into it again, and hopefully it's not going to feel as bad as it was a second ago. I will feel, can feel that I can do more now. And again, if you're ready to flex the foot, flex the foot. And take this leg away, lift that one and stretch it away. Flex your foot to feel more of a stretch and press the thigh against your hands. Okay. Next one in here is to take the feet together, open the knees apart, take the ball as close as possible to your bum, take the knees apart, and just relax into it. You can wiggle yourself gently from side to side and give a little massage to your lower back. If you're keeping your stomach in, you're going to feel it more. You don't really want to have an arch under the back in this position. So this is just a relaxation. Also, another thing for you to observe is when you look, have a little peek onto your knees and check that they are even, that not one of them is like a bit higher than the other. You want to feel that they are even, and if they're not, you need to ask yourself, why is that? What are you doing very different on this side? Okay. Now I'm coming to stretch my back. If you are on a chair, I'm going to show you what you can do. It's not the same, but that's the maximum that you can do. So from here, in your own time and in a safe manner, you're coming up to, let's go, we're going to go on the ball. I'm just going to show you quickly on the chair how you could do it. So again, if you do it on the chair, you will be in the front edge of the chair. We're going to stretch the back. So anything like this is a stretch. If I take myself back, because we will open up really big, and you can have your hand behind the back of your skull, one hand, and the other one you open, and you can do a little bit of a lean, but don't lift the head. So you don't lift the head, you lift your heart up. That's the equivalent, but it's definitely not going to be the same. Okay, so here we go. So if I am on the ball, I'm here, and I'm going to go to here, and and in here, I'm going to hold the back of my skull. Remember that you do not want to lift your chin up unless you are used to do it, because it can give you a vertigo. So I keep my chin down with the help of my hands. What I am doing is opening my elbows, and opening is if I open my heart up towards the ceiling, but I just don't let my head flow. This is an excellent stretch. You want to feel the skin on your tummy is stretching. You can lower the head down, but keep it supported and not let it just hang in there when your eye is going like rolling. You don't want to get to that. So this is a fabulous stretch. And if you open your elbows to the side, you're going to feel it even more. And only if you are used to that stretch, if you slowly be careful. If you're not used to it, please be careful. If you are used to your work with the ball, you can also slowly bring your legs to be a bit more straightened. That is an amazing stretch. So good for anyone who suffers with sciatica and other things. But it's a very powerful stretch. So usually in classes, I don't let people go to that level. And we're not arching that much. So again, I kept my chin towards my chest and didn't allow my chin to lift. And I come back in here, so I am not dizzy. But if I did, I probably would be dizzy. If that was nice for you and you want to do that again, so you hold the back, I really hold my skull. I hold my skull. And then have that stretch. I just don't let my chin, I don't let my chin go up. Wonderful stretch. Only if you do it, you can understand how amazing is that. If anyone works on the computer, sit all day and hunching over, that is so amazing. And we're coming back. Okay, now this is the point that I'm going to do the stretches, that they are going to be a lot more advanced and definitely not for people with knees problem or back problem. So either you can log off and get on with the rest of your evening, or you can watch and then think if you want to do it later, but I wouldn't rush into it. So you need to have strength, stability, and you definitely have to have some more flexibility. So what I'm going to do here, so I want to stretch the hip flexor. Again, those of you that on a chair and been with me this week on Zoom, you can do the stretch that we've done like that. And I hope that we can all start. Do you know what? We can all start like that. Chair or ball. You can start like that. With the ball, it's easier. The reason is because, first of all, you want to stand upright. You want to get the leg you're standing on straight. You want to push your pubic bone forward. So you don't want to be like this. And you don't want to be like that. You just want to tilt your pubic bone up and push the pubic bone forward. So only if you can, I mean, if you have a chair to hold or something, you can send the leg away and then you bend slowly the front leg. So you might feel a stretch in here. If this is enough for you, that's fine. You can continue with that stretch and take it to your level. Yeah. How do you increase on that? You just take it further back like that. Yeah, we've done something similar with the chair, but it's easier with the ball because the ball can go away. But I'm going to take it to the next level. And I'm going to be here. So I'm going to be here. To start with, it's like I'm like this. It's like that. But the ball is going to be here. And again, I hope your ball is not too big for you. Yeah? If it is, then please don't do that, this stretch. Please don't, because you're going to roll off and I can already see it in my imagination. Pelvis. From here, I'm going to bend that leg and I'm going to kind of go to that position. I'm going to that position. So you can bend that leg and that leg. And I make sure that I am kind of pressing into the ball. And that is really, really giving me a big stretch in here. And it's definitely not for everyone to be in that position. It's also hard to stabilize on that. If that's okay for you, you can take the arm of the same side that the leg is back and lift it up. And you're going to feel it more. And if you have enough stability, you can also do a tiny little lean to the side and you're going to feel it a lot more. So now I'm stretching all over here. Yeah? I'm stretching all over here. As you get more comfortable into the stretch, you might start going lower, which is not a bad thing. It's okay. Then from here, again, this is for those that are more flexible. What I'm doing in here, I'm going lower now and lower to here. If you're flexible enough and you can straighten that leg, the front leg, and then you can bend it back, and I'm going to straighten that front leg. And I bend, and one more. And if you're strong enough and you can lift it to a flex, even better. But again, this is not for everyone. To come out from this safely, you turn to face the front. You turn to face the front, and then you lift yourself back up. So the good, I mean, I can't see you. And I can't see what's happening at home and how you're fighting with yourself and you start skidding on the carpet. I can imagine all sorts of things. But it's quite nice for me that I can't see, so I'm in my own zone. From here, I'm going to do the other side. So I start like that. I want to take the ball closer to the back leg, really. And then already I feel a stretching here. My pelvis is here. I'm trying to tuck it under. As soon as you try and tuck it under, you're going to feel it more. And this leg will be bent, and that's perfectly fine. You want to have some give to the ball. So I feel it. I feel a big, big, big stretch in here. This is a very important muscle to stretch. And if you are fine and you don't feel that you are too wobbly, then you lift the arm up. And I'm still pushing that pubic bone forward. So I really increase that stretch for me. And then you can have a little tilt, only little because you might fall. You feel free to tell me how many of you fell through that, yeah? And I have a tilt and I really feel all over. That is such a good stretch. And come back. And from here, again, I'm going to straighten the back leg and the front leg. I'm going to stick my bum out and I'm going to go down. If you reach with your head towards your knee, fabulous. If you don't, you don't. Don't worry about it. Right, in here I'm going to breathe in and down. And if you feel that you're ready to flex the front leg, go for it. And down. And then slowly I turn my feet back to here. And I'm taking the ball further back to sit. To sit on it, before we go into the last stretch, my legs are straight, yeah? And basically what you want to be able to do, I need a bit more space in the back, you want to be able to do is to roll your bum. It's like your bum is trying to reach the ceiling. So instead of being under you, it's away. So that means that you open up in here. If you can keep your feet down, fantastic. Now from here, if you can go a bit forward, go for it. You're going to feel the stretch, no doubt, in here. It's perfectly fine. Still think about your bum trying to go up towards the ceiling. From here, I'm going to bend my knees slightly and roll the ball a bit closer. And then I'm rolling the ball back and I'm trying to flex. So my feet are down. I roll the ball back with my bum trying to reach the ceiling and flex. And one last. And back and flex. From here, I'm going to go down to the mat. I'm going to be on my knees. It's 100% not for anyone with knees problems. Yeah, 100%. So I'm going down to my knees. My legs are open, and I'm going to take my ball to be kind of like close to my bum, and I am going to, how can I say? I'm going to press on it with my feet. So basically I'm locking it between my heels. Now we're going to still work on this hip flexor. And again, for those of you that we cover this in class, if you're unable to have your foot flat like this, like I said, not even to bother. So from here, I am going to push my pubic bone forward, like under and forward. And with that in mind, I'm going to lean back. You're going to feel a massive stretch in here. If that's enough for you, just keep it like that. And every now and again, come back and feel that you're leaning and creating more. And then you come back. For those of you who want to take it to the next level, I'm taking my arm back, and I lift the other arm. And that's open everything now, and I feel it a lot more. So again, it's not for everyone. And keep pushing the pubic bone forward. And I'm coming back, and I'm going to change So my other arm is going back towards my heel kind of thing, and I lift the other arm up. At no point I let my head flop. Okay. And the last bit, this is for those that are comfortable with that, because it's quite overstretched. I will get both of my hands behind the back of my skull. I press the pubic bone forward, yeah? And this is, if you have any back issues, please abort, yeah? And we are here. This is a very, very powerful stretch and is not suitable for most people that I know. And come back slowly. From here, you can take the ball. Slowly, you can turn yourself, take the ball. And because we've been arching now, I want to round. So you can just be on the ball, round yourself, and just feel comfortable as if you are resting now. And again, you can play with the feet to, let your feet have a little bit of a stretch. So if you're coming up like that, you can feel that you are moving with your feet, a little bit with the toes. I'm playing with the toes, really. I pay a lot of attention to try and increase mobility for my feet because they are very, very limited in their mobility. So from here, I'm going to round again, and I'm going to round. So my stomach is in, and I'm rounding my back, and I'm going to breathe in and down and in and down. I'm going to stretch now the side of my torso. That's the last stretch. Again, if you're not used to do these stretches, best to watch and then to think how to figure it out, how to do it safely. But I'm going to go down. I'm here. Leg, pubic bone forward, open. So I'm not here and here. I'm open. Open. Everything is open. This leg can go a little bit back, pubic bone forward, and I have a stretch. I melt down. I feel that stretch. And from here, I open and look back. And then I'm going down with my arm and I open. You want to feel it all over here, all over. And if you can, avoid letting your head flop. So my head is not floppy. And open wide. As I open, I push it forward even more. And one last, I go down to the side. And I really feel that stretch so much. It's wonderful to stretch the side of your torso. And I'm coming back. And I'm going to the other side. And there is an art how to get into it correctly and the position of the ball with relation to your body. So, foot a little bit back, pubic bone forward, and I'm here. And then I lift and I let this go down so I can have a big stretch. And then I open and look to that hand. And then again. So now I feel it here. Wonderful feeling to stretch that. And I lift. And last. And lift. Come out. And we can do the last stretch standing again. This is for the back and the shoulders. So I'm going to be as wide as open as I can with my legs because I want to feel a stretch to the back of my thighs. And I want to imagine that the back of my thighs and my bums are going back. With that in mind, we're going to let's take your left hand on the ball and roll it away from you forward. And then towards your right. Roll it. And then you can try more to the right. So now I'm working on the shoulder. If you have any shoulder injuries, maybe it's not a good idea to do that stretch. My thumb is up. So now it's diagonal away. It's in front of me away. And one last I'm doing for the shoulder by taking it with thumb up like that. If you bend the opposite, you're going to feel it more. And come back. And the other side. So I'm here and I'm going to send it away. Forward away. Feel that stretch. Feel the stretch in your legs as well. Then diagonally away. And then thumb up, really away, like that. You try to keep the arms straight as much as possible. And we come back. And it is diagonal. It is front. And it is like that. Take the other shoulder back. Now you're going to bend the opposite. You're going to feel it more. You're going to feel it more here in the shoulder blade. And then come back. Send the ball away from you. Really feel stretch under your armpits. It's like your chest is trying to reach the floor. You're going to breathe in and out and in and out. You're going to bring your legs a bit closer, but taking toes to toes, heel to heel, toe to toe, heel to heel, not all the way, because you still want to have distance between your legs. And from here, you bend your legs, you bring the ball closer, and you curl your bum under, and you lift yourself slowly up, and you open. Right, guys and girls, I hope you feel stretched. I didn't put the music today because YouTube does have some copyrights and all sorts of things like that. So if you did like it, you can mute me and put your own music and just follow me. But I will sort it out with the music in the future.